Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. It's a crazy economy right now with AI really shrinking the tech industry and the business industry. I want to go and talk about what's going on with Salesforce because the layoffs were pretty big, and I have been telling people for a long time that this is just the beginning. So you're going to see massive layoffs in the next few months and year due to AI, and you're talking about and hearing about businesses not even hiring. But I want to share this clip with you guys and talk about it as we go so I can get my reactions and thoughts on how to be prepared and really dig deep to what's going on here.
One of the biggest employers in the Bay Area is cutting thousands of jobs because of AI. So, what should you be doing if you're worried about losing your job? Let's bring in our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman. This isn't just a worry about the Silicon Valley or tech workers. This could be widespread.
Right, very true, Raj. I mean, at this point, AI and tech are linked because of all the money involved, because of the technology, and let's be honest, a lot of the hype that's in.
Now, if you are one of those 4,000 people in Salesforce listening to this, I'm sorry it's happened to you. You have family, you have a house, you have an apartment, you just recently got married, or you just did something big or pivotal in your life. But I'd say don't lose hope, be optimistic, rebrand yourself, your resume, and see if you could get into a complimentary CRM. For folks who don't know, that's customer software products where you can get your skills in place and start working and update your resume.
Involved here, but machines that can handle certain tasks are being used a lot, and they're taking the place of humans.
Yes. And those machines, pretty much, guys, it all comes down to ChatGPT and Grok. Grok and ChatGPT are really the top two AI platforms that I know of. And Microsoft did try to do its thing, but Microsoft is still way behind. Google's trying to do its thing as well, but it's still kind of far behind. And with ChatGPT, if you're a Salesforce software engineer, you put the code into ChatGPT, you tell it to refine, to make it more enhanced, where you don't need any junior developers these days in the IT software if you're looking to build software suites and products. Now, if the business analyst role, I think that will still be needed. But as far as development is concerned, let's just listen to what this host has to say.
Salesforce has been on the front lines of the AI revolution, building what it calls Agent Force to boost its customer service. Now, the company, a longtime Bay Area tech giant, says it will cut 4,000 jobs. Salesforce tells NBC Bay Area because of the benefits and efficiencies of Agent Force, we've seen the number of support cases we handle decline, and we no longer need to actively backfill support engineer roles.
Now, this is interesting because there are agents or bots that is derived from some of these AI platforms that can handle certain tasks. And I think what's going on is that a lot of these bots or AI agents are used to be replace real people on the jobs. And I worked for a company where all they want to do for the past several years was automate certain processes so that they can take the users, whether it's customer support, whether it's engineers, out of the picture. And this is one way. So when you look at Google or research what's going on with AI, Google search or put into ChatGPT AI agents because that will give you an idea of what these things can do. They can literally do anything, and these agents have an IQ of more than 140 IQ. So I decided not to compete with that space and said, hey, I'm going to focus more on improving my people skills and development because at the end of the day, Salesforce might go or reduce your staff, but the idea of sales itself will always be there.
There have been layoffs all over America directly attributed to AI.
HR consultant Lori Rudiman says AI is affecting jobs in several fields. She says if you want to stay employed or are looking for work, new skills are needed, not just contacts.
If your network could get you a job, it would have done it already. It would have done it yesterday. So it's on you to really expand your vision, expand your horizons, to meet new people.
As for AI itself,
Yes, she brought up one really good claim, guys. I was in IT for 20 years, and straight up, one of the things that held me back was that I did not build any of my network as far as career development and opportunities. She's right. It's about network, it's about updating your skills. If you have both, then you should not be worried. But like me, and for the rest of the engineers who are in Salesforce that really focus on the development side, it's gonna be a really tough market for the next few years. And hopefully you got a severance package out of the deal, or hopefully you invested wisely while you were in Salesforce if you've been there for 5 to 10 years. If you had a family, I know it's kind of tough. But again, be optimistic. There's always room out there, and everything's a balanced equation. You just have to make sure that you're on the right side of the balanced equation.
This is a giant hype cycle.
Analyst Ed Zitron says it's being blamed by tech companies that overhired during the lockdown and are now looking to lure investors by claiming to be more efficient.
It's just the growth at all costs.
No, I doubt that. A lot of companies hired during the lockdown because there was massive liquidity, there was massive injection of capital from the Federal Reserve lowering interest rates. That's why they had more of the affordability, hire more. And if they had foreseen this AI mess that came into existence a year and a half ago, obviously they would have planned for that. But again, with the Chat GPT explosion a year and a half ago, it's been quite a game changer in the next level of jobs that is or will be in existence in the next year, year and a half, or even now. So again, I don't think it's a company's fault. It's just that someone dropped this AI agent bomb, and government said, hey, we're taking our hands off, and tech companies wanted to go AI gone wild sort of scenario. So again, it is what it is. I don't really want to blame those companies during COVID because they needed those workers.
Mindset. The only thing that's important is growth, even if it ruins people's lives, even if it makes the company worse and provide an inferior product.
That's very interesting. That's something that we don't talk about too often, that they're just going to trim no matter what, regardless of the AI.
Yeah, and that's part of the cycle he talks about. Hey, you want to help the stock price, you want to convince Wall Street that you're doing the right thing.
Slash.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we've gone through that. What other industries are impacted right now? We can talk about next year and 2 years, but right now.
Really, anything that deals with customers, that deals with the public, sadly, is in the crosshairs. All of Hollywood is talking about this. Anything that's artistic and creative, they're talking about replacing with AI. For many of us, at least old school people, no, you need a human touch. But again, that efficiency goal gets in the way, and they say maybe we can do it a little better and definitely do it cheaper with robots.
We're not old school, we're middle school.
Okay,
That's how we see it. Last question for you. We likely to see, when are we likely to see more layoffs like this, at least under the AI umbrella?
I think it's coming soon. Salesforce is a leader in getting AI into the consumer space. It's a giant software company. It sells a lot of that, but there are many, many other companies that line up behind it. It'll be...
Yes, he's right. You're going to see massive layoffs. Salesforce is probably one of the most biggest type of IT company out there in business, CRM, software suites. But trust me, Facebook also mentioned that a lot of this development is going to be AI based, where it will not need as much developers working on your code and platform. You're going to see AI agents perform all the ingenuity, the revisions, the code upgrades. And one of the things that people don't really talk about is that we don't need developers. Let me be honestly serious with you guys. We don't need developers. These AI agents can write your own code without us even knowing. They could go in a matrix and just do zeros and ones all day, skip the assembly language level, skip the lower language, the C program, the Java, just go zeros and ones. And if you guys really want to be prepared for the future is understanding how to read zeros and ones binary, because I'll give you guys a game. That's where it's looking at right now, is understanding what these machines will be doing. They don't need coding. We don't need us to write fancy import files and plugins. They just go straight to zeros and ones. This is going to be the first phase of layoffs. We're going to see many more layoffs in the next few months. Microsoft, all the big Fortune 500 companies are going to talk about it. But at the same time, everything's a balanced equation. We're going to see layoffs, but we're also going to see interest rates start to decrease because AI creates a deflationary forecasted type of environment where with the high volume of products, it's going to be lower prices. So the affordability is there. But at the same time, the United States government needs to lower, would also need to lower interest rates to make sure that people can afford those products and services. Okay. It's deflationary, but at the same time, there needs to be more cash in the economy to get things going, or else everyone will suffer in a deflationary spiral down type of economy. Why? Because everything depends on that cash going around in circles. All right, guys, that's all I have. I love this topic of the economy. I don't like what's going on with the firing. No one likes to be fired. But again, just be optimistic. Find something else. Change careers if you really feel like you need to do something. And I'll give this show a wrap. Have a great day. Bye.